Hi, it's Glenn Addison, and in this video I'm going to share my experiences on creating perfect portraits in 7 simple steps. Now this has been developed over the last decade and has helped me make literally thousands of families happy. You'll learn about how to choose the perfect clothing, the hair, makeup, how to prepare children, and what to bring that makes your portraits uniquely personal, and learn all the facts about what it takes to create a happy home that really supports the emotional needs of your family. It's so important for your finished images to truly capture the spirit of personality and connection of your family, for them to really reflect the joy, the love, the life that you all share. First, I'll address a very common misconception, and that is that studio portraiture is posed and boring. The truth is, that's not important, because the same feel can be achieved regardless of location. Now, outdoor sessions, yes, they can produce a really nice lifestyle feel for sure, but there are elements that detract from a portrait as well. Quite often, the landscape becomes the dominant point in the image, where you lose a connection with people in the portrait. Now, studio portraits certainly don't have to be formal and posed. Ultimately, how you interact to reveal the love that's already there and communicate through the photography, with emotion, that's what's important to the success of an image. Now, we can create very similar styles in studio or on location, so both work great. Now, we want to make sure your images don't date. You want your portrait to be as stylish and tasteful 10, 20, even 50 years from now, because your portrait will be a part of your family history. Okay, so let's get started. Now, clothing. Because portraits are all about emotion and connection, we want to be drawn to your faces and your eyes. So to stop clothing competing for attention, always try and coordinate your colours with similar tones. For example, earth tones, cool tones. Don't mix lights and darks, and avoid heavy patterns or busy stripes, because they're very distracting. If everyone's in black except for one person who's in white, then that's what you're going to see more than anything else, and it can create an out of balance image. Now, I'm not saying you should all dress identically, but coordination is great. Avoid anything that'll look immediately dated. I'm sure you remember back in the 80s, big baggy pants, shoulder pads, the one-hand glove. So let's talk about colours. Now, dark colours can help draw attention to your faces, which helps communicate the feelings you're experiencing at that moment. Now, light colours can look nice as well as a theme, but they also draw your attention to the bodies and the clothing, which can sometimes dominate an image because your eyes are naturally drawn to bright areas. Both work, but it's just something to be aware of. Now, tight clothing is generally restricted, but if you like a portrait in tight clothing, that's fine. Just have a range of clothing that's not tight as well. Same with miniskirts. Bring other options that aren't so short. And I'd also advise against singlets for women and girls. Short sleeves are okay, but really long sleeves are going to be best. Then just bring lots of accessories like scarves, jewelry, hats, jackets. Just think layers, lots of layers. These are only ever suggestions to help you, but most importantly, you must feel good about what you're wearing. Now, hairstyling should be naturally you. Don't go getting a new fashionable hairstyle or over stylising your hair. It'll date the images. And if you're going to have a colour or a cut, give yourself a week before the session to give it time to settle. And forget the fake tan unless everyone's getting one. Makeup should also be natural looking. Avoid heavy makeup like very glossy lipstick because it can be highly reflective. So can moisturisers and face creams, and you don't want a shiny look to your face. So that's how to prepare yourself, but we're only halfway there. There's lots more you can do to make your images more personal and represent your life. It's a great idea to bring a range of accessories like scarves, belts, hats, jackets, headbands, vests, jewelry, and it's really important to bring anything that represents your life, what you enjoy doing either individually or together, that reflects who you are. Examples of this might be musical instruments or sporting equipment or motorbikes, climbing gear, whatever you love to do. Or it could be art or dance or horse riding, martial arts, even books. And don't forget your furry children as well. Your pets are just as big a part of the family and should definitely be included. My favourite images of my family include my dearly departed Ridgebacks. Now, don't forget, if you do bring animals, bring small treats like liver treats rather than big biscuits. So let's talk about children. You've probably heard the expression, never work with children or animals. Well, I completely disagree. There's an amazing energy and wonder to both children and animals when you know how to connect and prepare properly. Firstly, always consider appointment times with young children and use their schedule. I can't stress enough how critical it is for a successful session. Children's outfits set the tone and should include, just like adults, many different options like hats, scarves, tights, jackets, headbands, vests, anything. Just think lots of layers, and nappy covers can be great for babies as well. Now always leave yourself plenty of time on the day to prepare. If you think you need an hour, give yourself an hour and a half. If you end up running late, you'll be short of time, you'll be stressed, your family will end up stressed, and then nobody's going to enjoy the session. The most important thing to remember in any session is have fun. Having family image made should be a fun time together. I know a lot of people feel unsure or insecure or self-conscious about being in front of a camera, but let us help with that. Before you know it, you won't even know there's a camera there, and you'll be enjoying some wonderful moments with your family that you'll be able to look back on forever. So now you know all the secrets for a successful session. You might be asking yourself, do I really want to do this? Well, I know a lot of people keep putting this off for another time and think they have reasons to put it off, but usually they're just excuses. Now honestly, the reasons to do it far outweigh them, and I feel this is a must for any family. Now 5 years ago I had my own family photograph, which included my parents, my sister with her husband and children, myself and my wife and our dogs. Now it's a great portrait and it absolutely shows all of our personalities and how much fun we have together. 4 years later, 5 out of those precious souls, they're no longer with us. So life changes in the blink of an eye. Don't keep putting this off. I've really enjoyed sharing my secrets with you, and I hope you have some new ideas for yourself.